Friends and traders right around the world, thanks for joining me on this Tuesday afternoon market recap. What I'll begin with the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We'll then finish off with the two additional markets and then move into some individual trade recaps as at Tuesday afternoon, of course, the 20th of January 2015. Now today on the candlestick, the daily candle of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, although we did close up 14 points, we do have a very strong lower wick on the daily candlestick. This candlestick right here is what we call a high wave spinning top. It is occurring at a very, very strong support level, and at the moment we still need to give the benefit of the doubt to the buyers. We haven't broken down below these little swing low support levels since the beginning of 2015, or to begin at least January 2015. We're holding, so the benefit of the doubt needs to remain with the buyers. Having said that, just because we're at a support level and it seems as if we're holding doesn't mean that we're moving into a long-term or an intermediate buy and hold strategy across all three of the US markets. I do believe we have a limited upside on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's really coming in about 17,836. Stay posted. Let's see what happened and what the outcome is, of course, of the ECB comments during Friday's trading or Wednesday's trading session. I'm sure that is going to, of course, impact how the markets move based on the fact as to whether the ECB is going to introduce another round of quantitative easing. We'll see how that market analysis or that price action is, of course, priced into the market, that fundamental analysis, pardon me. The S&P 500, again, holding that support level. We have a spinning top candlestick on Tuesday's daily candle. We're still holding that support level. Benefit of the doubt needs to go with the buyers. We still have a limited upside potential, in my humble opinion, looking at about 2,060 on the S&P 500. Again, look at the NASDAQ daily candlestick, almost a high wave spinning top, more or less, or more so like a hammer candlestick at support, occurring at the right location, long, lower wick, buying pressure. The markets tried to sell off. They couldn't hold, and again, the buyers came back in. Limited upside projection across all three of the markets. This is a short-term outlook for the three US indices. Halliburton today, good news for people who follow Halliburton in our pro analysis class. This is one of our favorite stocks to trade. We did take a trade-off last week based on the fact, of course, that we had an earnings announcement coming out pre-market on the Tuesday the 20th. Now that earnings announcement has come out. We haven't seen a substantial gap up. We haven't seen a substantial gap down. At the moment, we closed the session 60 cents higher. Now this is good because for those in the pro class, you will follow right along as I say this. The Bollinger Band squeeze is back on the table 100%. All right. So what you can do is you can set up the bullish entry and also the bearish entry as per the pro analysis class. It is still a fantastic trade setup. We haven't seen that volatility breakout. We will see it over the coming days. Netflix, of course, is reporting earnings after market close. They still haven't come out with the announcement. So please don't get into any positions as at Wednesday. What we'll do is we'll analyze the daily and then we'll move into this or into any trades based on the gap. I will give you an update as at the market close on Wednesday, the 21st of January 2015, tomorrow's trading session. Let's have a look at some individual stocks. Also, Apple today was up $2.62, a bit of a hammer candlestick at support. No real net movement. I still like this overall chart pattern on Apple. It is still setting up. The same is true with Amazon. The trade is still setting up. There's no great bidirectional trade at the moment. As you can see, we're only down 85 cents. Overall, there was no real net movement. We're still stuck at the support level. I will consider bringing down the bullish entry, just not yet. We need some additional time. Baba today had a nice bullish gap up. You can see that we're making some form of a morning reversal candlestick pattern or morning star reversal candlestick pattern based off these three candles right here. It's not enough to get involved on the long side straight away. We still need some additional price action, and again, we're still looking very, very weak on this stock. We're still making a series of lower highs, lower lows. We're making some form of a descending wedge, and we haven't broken out of it. So to get involved in Baba below that psychological round number of 100 is very, very premature. The trade is coming to us. A couple of more days and we'll have a much clearer idea and understanding of future price action on Baba. Baba today is in the middle of that long-term consolidation or congestion gap. No real movement. We're down 48 cents. No great swing trade, which has changed since the weekend. I'll keep you updated during the week on Baidu. There is definitely a trade coming. Caterpillar down 12 cents. We have two hammer candlesticks at support. We have earnings coming up very, very closely. No real net movement to speak about in regards to Caterpillar. FAS today had what we call a bearish piercing pattern. We gapped out and we tried to pierce at least halfway into Friday's candlestick. We couldn't actually do that, but the candlestick pattern is still there. A lot of the markets, at least, gapped up. They tried to trade down and then we sort of filled during the session. FAS was one of those ETFs which tried to hold. Now, having said that, volume is definitely falling off the map. So again, it's too premature to start legging into positions on FAS at the moment. There will be a better trade setup FAS is doing what we somewhat expected. We were expecting some form of a bear flag continuation pattern. We can see that Facebook was up $1 today. We had an initial entry at 75.28. At the moment, we're down on this position. That's all well and good. We have earnings coming up, but please place your stop, pardon me, at 76.61. That's $1.40 risk, just over or just under, pardon me. But based on this and based on the declining volume, look at the volume today, it looks as if we are going to, of course, result in a downward price continuation. At the moment, the best I can give you is a 73.46 bearish continuation trigger. If we start to fizzle out here and we have enough time to trade it, we will catch the breakdown on Facebook. Other than that, still remain neutral. Google at the moment gave us a spinning top. We're coming up into this resistance box. Really nice type of reversal candlestick pattern. You can see we're bouncing up into that 20 exponential moving average. Still have that 469.70 bearish entry. Nothing really to sort of update you on out of the ordinary. Yes, we are continuing. It looks as if this bear flag is going to continue. I'm still waiting for the breakdown in Google. We haven't seen it yet. It is most likely coming. GoPro today, another spinning top candlestick. You can see Friday and Tuesday's candlesticks are very, very similar. We haven't seen any real net movement. 44.37 is still the nice trade setup to the downside. I've covered HAL, covered Netflix. Let's move into Tesla. Tesla tried to push lower today. You can see we have a hammer candlestick trying to hold this open gap at 184.80. We got very, very close to triggering. I'm still liking this bearish trade, even more so now that we've built structure as at Tuesday's trading session. And to conclude with Twitter today, Doji candlestick inside Friday's candle. No real net movement again, only up 30 cents. The sentiment at this price point is mixed. It's all over the place. Yes, we are at a very strong support and resistance level. But having said that, it's not enough to trade to the downside yet. We don't have the setup for the short side of the trade yet. It will come to us if we can hold these levels and roll over. This will be in about a day or two, so we'll keep you updated on this Twitter trade. Hope you're doing very well wherever you are around the world. Thanks a lot for paying attention to these aftermarket market recaps. All the best. I'll see you Wednesday afternoon for an additional market recap. Goodbye.